Hey guys, welcome back once again. I have 14 movie reviews for you today, so sit back and relax because it might be a long one. I don't know for sure, but we'll see what we do when we get there. So, first one up is one of four movies I watched on this 4-pack. So the 4-pack is called Spawn of the Devil. I watched Nightcrawlers, which is a movie from 1996, directed by the, I never say their last name right, Polonia brothers, John and Mark. John is no longer with us, unfortunately. He passed away in 2008. Mark is still directing to this day. So the movie is about the Hayden family. They purchase the home of their dreams. They soon realize that they weren't told the entire truth about the disturbing past of their new home. After they make a startling discovery in the basement, their dream quickly turns into a nightmare when they come face to face with the Nightcrawlers, which are some sort of like alien type creatures, killing people. It was cheesy. It was fun at times. Acting was bad, but it is what it is. But I took away some of it. I was entertained, so that's good. I haven't watched the other three on here yet. Next up, figured I watched this before I decided to upgrade or not. This is another movie from 1996, and it is called Sinister. This is directed by Ronnie Sorter. This is the old SRS DVD. So this is about three criminals whose build to pull off the perfect heist goes horribly wrong. First one of the three is shot during the robbery, leaving the young couple, Simon and Lisa, to fend for themselves. The two decide to separate and rendezvous in a deserted house. Simon arrives first and proceeds to spend the night there, waiting for Lisa. During the night, Simon comes face to face with the dark presences of an axe murderer and his victims, who attempt to claim him as one of their own. An ultra low budget gore film. Yes, it was very low budget. Entertaining, yes. Inventive, yeah, because it combined like a crime thriller with a slasher and a zombie film all in one. I had fun with it. It's very, very low budget. So if you guys don't like low budget films, I would just skip it altogether. But I plan on upgrading this. This particular release had another movie in it called Ravage, which I did not watch. That's some nice artwork on that disc, though. But yeah, I did not watch Ravage. That's the director's first film, I believe. So, Sinister. Next up, we have a movie from 1998 called The Last Broadcast. This is my second time watching this. It's directed by Stefan Avalos and Lance Wheeler. 87 minutes. Basically, this is kind of like a documentary. It starts out like a mockumentary, if you will, about these people are. Let's do the synopsis here. On December 15th, 1995, a four-man team from the cable access program Fact or Fiction braved the desolate New Jersey Pine Barrens, determined to deliver a live broadcast of the legendary monster, the Jersey Devil. Everyone's heard about that tale. If you haven't, look it up online. It is crazy. Only one came out alive. It took the police 2 days to find the remains of two torn and battered bodies. The third was never found. Took the coroner 4 days to put the pieces back together. Took the jury 90 minutes to sentence the lone survivor to life in prison because they didn't believe him at all. It's a crazy mockumentary, found footage type movie. I enjoyed it for what it was. Got some real nice artwork on the disc, though. It's got the nice little comic book inside as well. Yeah, Nice little comic book in here. So, glad to own that in the collection. I don't think it has a Blu-ray, so I don't think it does. Next one we have is a movie that I've watched before. This is one's called Scream Bloody Murder. This is from 2003. 88 minutes, directed by John Hoffman. This is more of a comedy slasher horror movie than anything else. When the sexy sweet girls of Cherry Mount Academy go on their first field trip to an all-boys school for a dance, their van breaks down on a lonely stretch of desert highway. Lost and alone, their brain-dead tow truck driver arrives and tells them they'll have to spend the night in his spooky junkyard. That's when the fun and frights begin. One by one, a vicious serial killer picks off the inept teens who are more concerned with making out, lip gloss, and hair products than surviving. Will the girls see the light of day? Will the serial killer rack up a high body count? Will they get to make out with the cute boys at the dance? Who is the killer anyway? Is he cute? You'll howl and scream as the vapid vixens defend their honor with chainsaws and attitude. Another low budget film. It was alright. It's one of my guilty pleasures. It's not, if you're looking for a great horror movie, I wouldn't watch it, but I enjoyed it. Of course I had to change the case because the case was pretty beat up, but same artwork on the disc. This was a former rental, but I put it in one of my replacement cases. Next up, we have from 1992. We have A Door into Silence. This is directed by Lucio Fulci. This is his last film that he directed, and it's also co-directed by Joe D'Amato. Let's see here. This is takes place in Louisiana, same place that he directed The Beyond. This is a psychological tale of supernatural. John Savage is the star here. He's a businessman who encounters a mysterious beauty, a relentless hearse, and his own ultimate nightmare while driving the back roads of the desolate bayou. Basically, starts off with him trying to figure out what the hell is going on. I think one of his family members passed away. At least he thinks that they did. And then he starts seeing weird stuff going on, and he sees the hearse, and he's trying to pass the hearse on the road, but it won't let him over. And it's a very strange film. It's kind of like a long Twilight Zone episode. And at one point he thinks he's the person in the casket. It's very strange, but I enjoyed it. I know that one's out of print, I believe. Next one here is A Killer Next Door, my Dollar Tree special in this stack. 2020 is when it came out. It's 90 minutes, and it was directed by Andrew Jones. Now it says it's the true story of John List. If you guys don't know who John List is, he was a guy in the 70s, I believe. He killed his entire family, and then he ran away and started a new life under the name Bob Clark. I want to say he lived in New Jersey, and then he moved to Virginia. And his the story that was on America's Most Wanted, and then one of his neighbors saw the episode, so they called it in and said, "Hey, that's my neighbor. Looks like Bob Clark." That's how they caught him. This particular story is like half true and then half fictionized. So, if I would have enjoyed it more if it had nothing to do with John List. I would have been like, okay, that's kind of like John List, but not really. So, to say that it's a true story is false. It's based on a true story, but it's not 100% accurate at all. Because let's see here. So this, you know, it shows the killing in the beginning of the movie from him killing his family, which is pretty accurate. And then it flashes forward to his. It's kind of like Rear Window. The lead actress in here, she's a dancer and she breaks her ankle or something, so she has to stay inside until she heals up, I guess. Her dad's taking care of her, and of course she's, you know, spying on the neighbor, and she's getting really weirded out by it. And then she reads the story about John List in like a newspaper or whatever. And, you know, they had to tie it in somehow, right? Did I enjoy it? I was entertained. Does it make the shelf? No. So far, everything else that I've talked about has made the shelf so far. So these have made the shelf. This one is one of the duds in the stack. So that will be traded in for credit. Next up, we have from 2013. This is an Anchor Bay release. As The Midnight Game. 74 minutes. It was a short one. Directed by A.D. Calvo. I don't know what A.D. stands for. But anyway. Got a really good cast here. Fortunately, it didn't really hold my interest. It's got Renee Olstead from Secret Life of American Teenager. She stars as the partying teen whose friends decide to perform an ancient pagan ritual found online called the Midnight Game. Candles are lit, a drop of blood is spilled, your worst fear is confessed, and an entity is summoned. But if the rules are not followed exactly, punishment is promised. Tonight the game is not being taken seriously. A demonic horror has been unleashed, and now even daylight cannot stop the nightmares that may destroy them all. Starring Shelby Young from American Horror Story, Guy Wilson from Days of Our Lives, Valentina De Angelis from Gossip Girl, and Spencer Daniels from Mom. Like I said, it's not a great movie. I didn't care for it. But if you guys enjoy mediocre horror from the late 2010s or mid 2010s, I would check it out. If it's Anchor Bay, it must hold value, right? No, not this one. This one's not really worth a damn thing. So trade that one in too. The next one's a real doozy. So I got, this is I think this is a former rental, I believe. Yeah, it's in one of those former rental cases. We have from 2003, we have H.P. Lovecraft's The Shunned House. Directed by Ivan Zukon. It's 90 minutes of pure boredom. I was so bored. I like that artwork though. The artwork's pretty awesome, but the movie itself was boring. This is a series of gruesome, unexplained murders. It starts off well and it just goes downhill from there. Alex and his girlfriend Rita enter the decaying inn to investigate a series of gruesome and unexplained murders from the distant past. Through the dusty rooms, they sense an obscure power, a presence of evil still lurking within the walls. As timeless atrocities appear around them, Alex and Rita realize they may become another one of the inn's legends. Inside the shunned house, dying once is not enough. Watching this movie more than once is more than enough. Don't watch this garbage. Speaking of garbage, that's what the ratings on this one get. From 1986, we have Raiders of the Living Dead, starring Scott Schwartz from The Toy. This is directed by Samuel M. Sherman, and yeah, don't pay attention to that title. It's actually better than what you think it is. Even the rating, they give it a 2.6 out of 10. I actually enjoyed this film. You know, it's not great, but it's definitely better than that. Let's see here. This is about an invasion of zombies in a local community. Isn't every zombie movie? In a frightening abandoned prison off the East Coast, the doctor has revived executed convicts as the living dead. A teenager, played by Scott Schwartz, has taken the laser out of a video disc player and made a weapon out of it. When the dead creatures are discovered, he pursues them, aided by his girlfriend and grandfather, played by Bob Allen. He was in Boris Karloff films of the past. A reporter, played by Robert DeVoe. He's a reporter on the trail of the story. He's helped by an old librarian, played by Zeta Joanne. This is her final film role, by the way. She was also in The Mummy with Boris Karloff. A lot of people have worked with Karloff on this movie. On the prison island, the zombies attack a security guard and tear him apart just as the reporter and the kid with the laser gun arrive to rescue a victim in the prison's caverns. The film features incredible weird locations and a great zombie effects. Yeah, the zombie effects were pretty cool. There are 3 different versions of the film on this 2-disc set. I just watched the regular. I just watched this one here, Dying Day. Or no, just the regular cut, not Dying Day. Because there's the regular cut, there's Dying Day, which is an alternate. And then there's another one called Dark Night. So 3 different cuts of the film. I just watched the regular one, so I enjoyed it. Up next, this is a, I guess it's kind of like an anthology. Again, this movie didn't really hold my interest either. From 2016, we have The Dark Tapes, directed by Michael McEwen. Michael McEwen. And then there's one little excerpt on here that was directed by Vincent Gustini. Basically, this is a horrifying blend of terror and mayhem which takes you on a twisted journey into the world of paranormal activity, demonic possession, and the supernatural. And it's not great, guys. It's really not. I got this for really cheap from deep discount. It was like under $4. I think it was like 3 something. But if you see this for any more than $3, don't buy it. It's probably another Dollar Tree special coming up soon. Next one here, I gotta hold it in a certain way because it's got a little bit of nudity on the cover here. Cover up her nips. This is Expulsion of the Devil, which is it's a French film from 1973. I can't really say if I can pronounce it. I don't speak French, so it's probably gonna sound Spanish when I say it. El Rendezvous de la Mort. Juicy. I can't speak French, guys. Anyway, cover up her bosoms there. This is a haunted house thriller. I know it's from France. Typical French family moves into a house because it's a good value, but soon supernatural things start happening, throwing the family into a whirlwind of horror. Basically, this is like something that influenced Poltergeist and other haunted house films. I really enjoyed this film. There is no real DVD of it. It's only a burn on demand from Desert Island Films. And unfortunately, it is like I said, it is a burn on demand disc. This is the only way you can get it. I believe I got it on FYE's website a couple years back. I really like this girl here. I forget her name though. It doesn't say on the back. It just has her, the guy that played her mother and father on the back. But she's a really good actress. Like I said, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I really like the way she acted in the film. And she gets topless for one little scene. I don't know why I guess they used it to sell the movie, but it really has nothing to do with the actual movie. So, Expulsion of the Devil, really good film. Highly recommend it. And it does have subtitles. Next one, I thought I would enjoy it. I did for what it was, but it was overhyped. This is a bootleg copy because there is no DVD or Blu-ray of this film. This is from 1989, directed by E. Elias Merrig. I don't know how to say his last name. This is Begotten. Basically, it's just black and white, very, very hard to watch. It's basically telling you I guess the birth of, it's not really birth. I'll just read the synopsis here. In this nightmare classic by Edmund Elias Merrig, a godlike thing dies, giving birth to a quivering messiah thing. Then the local villager things ravage and bury them, and the earth renews itself on their corpses. So it's kind of like a nature-esque film. It is as if a judicial cult had reenacted for real 3 Bible stories: the creation, the nativity, and Jesus' torture and death on Golgotha, and some demented genius were there to film it. No names, no dialogue, no compromises, no exit, no apologies either, for Begotten is a spectacular, one-of-a-kind. You wouldn't want there to be two, filmed in a speckled, so anyways, black and white, and there is no dialogue whatsoever. Basically, it just sounds like a bunch of nature sounds in the background as you're watching it. I can't say I enjoyed it. I mean, it was okay, but I would not watch it again. Next up, we have a film from 2016, 84 minutes, and that is The Unwilling. This was showing up at Dollar Tree a couple waves back. This is directed by Jonathan Heap. Great cast here. You got Dina Meyer, Lance Hendrickson, Robert Russler, Austin Highsmith, Jake Thomas, Brie Williamson, David Lipper. Basically, this is about not being greedy. And so, Lance Hendrickson is the father of the family. Well, he dies, and he has some sort of like case thing here for to pass along after he dies. But the thing is like possessed, and it knows what your deepest, darkest, deadliest desire is, and it uses it against you to kill you, pretty much. Now, I didn't really, the movie was okay. I wouldn't see myself watching it again. The effects are cool though. I do enjoy the scene where the guy tries to take the gold and he pretty much burns his hand completely. But then like the next scene, it's like the burn went away, it was gone. So, like, the effects were cool. Dina Meyer was cool. I liked her character in here. Lance Hendrickson's always cool. Robert Russler, his character was crazy. But I don't know, if you see it at the Dollar Tree, I'd say pick it up, give it a watch, but don't pay any more than that, because that's all you're getting. And then the last one here I have for you, I watched last night, and that is Werewolves Within. from 2021, 97 minutes, directed by Josh Rubin. This is a horror comedy about a werewolf. So this is about a new forest ranger by the name of Finn, played by Sam Richardson. That's him. He arrives in a snowy hamlet of Beaverfield to find the townsfolk divided by a proposed gas pipeline. He befriends mail carrier Cecily, played by Milana Weintraub, who gives him a tour and introduces him to the quirky cast of neighbors. When a snowstorm cuts the power and traps the residents inside the local inn, it falls on Finn and Cecily to try to keep the peace and uncover the truth behind a mysterious creature that has begun terrorizing the community. It was fun. Very predictable though as to who the creature is. I recommend giving it a watch. I don't know if I would upgrade though. I might, but it's nothing spectacular. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. All right, guys, that is it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed my little, well, almost a half an hour long review video here. So leave me a comment below if you've seen any of these and what you thought of them. If you recommend anything that I should check out, let me know. And I will catch you guys pretty soon. I got more stuff coming in the mail. Went a little shopping today. I didn't find a whole lot though. I found 4 titles. So other than that, take care. Hope you guys are staying safe out there. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye.